Hello, everybody. Back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Friday the 31st, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. Nice little wind blowing, a little more wind than I really would have wanted, but it was crazy cold. We had a weird cold snap pop through. It was beautiful all week while I was gone out in DC and that over the weekend. Got back, had a decent day, couple days there, and then it got cold on me, and today was just gross. It's calling for like high 20s tomorrow, maybe mid 20s even overnight tonight. So that's definitely not going to be a good thing. But oh well, it's what it's going to happen here. It's going to be crazy cold real soon. So I got up today crazy early, way earlier than I wanted to. Got a few things around here done, nothing really major. Headed out to work in the shop for a little bit. Went ahead and said, I'm going to fire up my wood stove. It was cold enough out there that I could have worked with gloves and a coat and all that good stuff and probably would have survived. But it seems like once I fire up the wood stove, I feel like I get a lot more productive in the garage. It's almost like as if, since I'm wasting the wood, I feel like I have to accomplish something. Where summertime and that, when I'm out there, if it's just nice and the door's open, if it's crazy hot, it sucks anyway. But if it's just a nice day, I feel like, oh well, I could be out here at any time. It doesn't really matter. But once I turn the stove on, it feels like I have to accomplish at least something out there to make it justify the hassle factor of starting the wood stove, losing the, burning up the wood and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like any wood I burn there, I have to get some kind of benefit, I guess, out of it. And I don't want the wood that I'm burning to go to waste. I don't know. It's probably some weird psychological thing in me. I hate seeing waste of any kind, whether it be somebody leaving lights on for no damn good reason, leaving a faucet running, and that kind of stuff. That little things like there bug the crap out of me. So that's kind of, I think, the thought behind that. I gave that a lot of thought today. That's the best I came up with, I guess. So one of the things I decided to do also is I had a upright freezer in my kitchen for a long time. I'd stopped using it. I don't know. I'm gonna guess a year and a half ago, maybe something like that. It was frosted all up, and was in the process of defrosting it. And once I got it all defrosted, I realized I didn't really need it that much. So I have basically stuff in my fridge freezer. Then I have a really small chest freezer, which is much more efficient use of energy, but it's much more likely to lose stuff in. But it's so small, it's a lot harder to lose stuff in than those gigantic, chest freezers I used to have as a kid that every 5 or 10 years we would dig through and find stuff, or my dad's or my grandparents both, find things that just freezer burnt to hell and just wasted and just threw it away. So definitely I try to avoid that as best I can. Went ahead, I was going to haul the freezer out and give it to Alliant, which I think they would give me like $50 for it, is what the money was. And I got to look at the numbers, and I'm like, by the time I buy insulation, I buy the plywood, I build myself a paint cabinet, it's going to cost me way more than $50 there anyway. So I decided to heck with it. Decided to drag it out of the house, take it out in the garage, and turn it into my paint cabinet with a thermostat regulated temperature control on it to keep my paint, my glues, my finishes, all that stuff from freezing up over the winter. So went ahead, got my dolly, brought it in. I've been having a little bit of issue. The one wheel had been giving me a little bit of problems here and there. Both inner tubes have been leaking down as time goes on. So I went ahead and aired up the tires and that, brought it in the house, and went to basically start hauling it out. Had to take the door off to get it through the doorway from the kitchen to the dining room, out to the living room, out to the front of the house there. And I got through past the bar there, kitchen dining room area, and the wheel just exploded on me. The tube got cut in the process, broke the bolts of the 2-part rim, blew up loud as hell. The whole thing fell to the side, scared the shit out of my dog. He freaked out in that. Just a whole bunch of stuff. It was really kind of gnarly. So I ended up I got it set back up right without dropping it, thank goodness, on my dog, and he was freaking out. Finally had to actually kind of get him past it. He was like terrified we wouldn't go near the freezer anymore. So I got him past that, ended up just getting it out of the house by myself. Got it hauled down the stairs, got it out into the ground, ended up putting it back on the dolly, I guess, out there, but it's just one wheel, so it's like that sliding the one rim, the busted axle and stuff out to the garage. I don't know if it was really more beneficial or not, but it worked. I probably should have just threw it in the back of the van, backed it up to the door of the garage and hauled it in that way. But I got it in there. Now I've got to find myself either a whole new dolly, which I've been thinking about doing, because the dolly I have is just a junk-ass dolly I've been not really happy with for years. And I might just go buy myself a really nice, true furniture dolly, something like that maybe, and not have to worry about it. I do want to go to a solid wheel, I think. I love the balloon tires with the tire with the inner tube, because when you're going across rock and some different stuff, it's much smoother and nicer. But in like every time I used that damn dolly, I had a flat tire. So definitely, if I'm going to do that, I want to go with one of those like foam filled tires. It's got a little bit of that softness, but yet I never have to worry about going flat again. So went ahead, got that put in there, got all the paint moved from my old paint cabinet, which was uninsulated and didn't work that great, over to my new freezer, and I got that cabinet I still got to do something with out there. Got a bunch of stuff moved around in the garage. Just had a handful of stuff done. Also got the chainsaw fired up. First time I've ever actually used a gas-powered chainsaw before. So I went ahead and got the thing fired up and cut up a bunch of my slab wood. I have a bunch of wood I bought from a sawmill, and it's the outside edge of the bark and the weird shaped chunks they cut off before they start making actual lumber out of it. I bought a couple loads of that last year and used a few pieces for some projects, and the rest of it I'm just cutting up for firewood. So I went ahead and cut up a bunch of that stuff. Probably, I don't know, 2 weeks worth of fire the way it is right now, with the temperature being cool. And with it not being super cold, I don't bother keeping the garage heated all the time. I did have this weird thought, like maybe I would just heat the garage this entire winter and never let it get cold in there. That seems like an awful lot of wasted wood and probably not worth it. So if it's one of those things that I'm going to be out there for a couple days in a row, like I'm going to be back out there again tomorrow, I would have threw some wood in the stove as I came inside to, for the night. Probably would have ran back out there again right before I went to sleep and threw some wood in there. Like right now, I would go out and do that. But tomorrow I have plans to hang around with a friend of mine who's coming up. We're going to just kind of basically, I don't know what we're going to do. We're not going to spend all day in the garage, so it wouldn't be worth the wood wasted keeping it heated up. So that was my biggest accomplishment out there, I guess, was just the feeling like I got something done with the wood that I burnt in the wood stove. That's my new goal. Every time I fire up that wood stove and waste wood, I want to make sure I accomplish something out there. So from there, I went ahead and decided I need to mow the yard. So I went ahead and mowed the yard, the rental property and stuff also. I didn't mow the actual backyard right here where it's fenced in, just because of the fact that Bruce is so hard on that yard and tears it up, doing these little zoomies or what I call it, running laps like an idiot. I'm going to leave the grass a little bit long, and hopefully I will not need to cut it until spring. We'll see what happens, I guess, and go from there. So got the rest of the yard mowed, though, with the rider, and just kind of mulching up the leaves and stuff is mostly what I was after, which I did mow some grass, too. But I did a lot where I just kept pushing the grass to the inside and inside, and then I mowed over a few times to kind of mulch it up. So hopefully it won't look quite so bad. There's still leaves falling from the tree. I'll probably do it one more time before winter hits and go from there. So that's pretty much my whole day. Just basically had some good conversation stuff, talked to somebody, kind of got into a little bit of deep information, kind of a little deep touching stuff there, which is always kind of nice. So that's all I've got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.